Welcome back guys to yet another video. Now in this video I'm not going to be focusing much on the Prius but more on the Echo. Now as you can see here, I've got to remove the headlight, and what I'm going to be doing is removing all this fog, making it look pretty nice, and as well as fixing these brackets right here. Now this headlight is in good condition besides these. I will maybe get some new ones, and I will black out the housing in them. I really don't want to do it to this one since it is, well, as you can see, broken and stuff like that. But I will just remove all the hazing, and as well, I will be doing this to all four headlights, well, and two taillights. The taillights I will be actually blacking out since they are in really good condition. They're just faded away. Well, let's get started. So what I'll be using is I'll be starting out with 400 since they are quite hazy, then moving on to 800, 1000, 2000, 3000, and then I'll just polish them up. And let's see how that goes. I'm sure you've seen a bunch of other people doing the same process, but I'm just taking some soapy water, dipping my sandpaper. This is 1000. I've already gone with 400 and 800. It is nice and smooth. Then I just go ahead and sand it. Now I go horizontally, and then later I go, what is it called? Horizontally, vertically, yeah, and then I go vertically, I think that's the word. Sorry, I'm kind of slow. But basically I just go ahead and process the whole headlight multiple times, make sure it is smooth, and then I move on to the next process. Then once I'm done with that, I'll clean it, dry it up, see how it looks, and then lastly I'll just use some Meguiar's rubbing compound and go along and fix that up. Now I'm just going on with some 3000, not 3000, 1500, and it does turning out well. But as you can see here, there is a small crack somewhere. I'm not sure if I can see it or anywhere like that, but there's definitely a small crack, so this headlight is already no good. Even this part is cracked, so I'm gonna have to repair that. And I mean, it's a poor headlight, but I'd rather do this now since I know I'm not gonna purchase a headlight anytime soon. So I'd rather have a nice looking car than this. Now you might be wondering, why didn't I just purchase a better looking car? Well, I tried to, and the nicest Echoes out there, they're not manual, they're automatics. And it's like, sure, I could buy a parts car, but they're still quite expensive. And even in the USA, these cars, they didn't sell a lot of them. It's not like a Corolla where you find them everywhere. No, you look to your right, oh, there's a Corolla. You look to your left, oh, would you look at that? It's another Corolla. These cars, they're really rare to find, especially in a junkyard. Like, it's really hard. Like my Prius, like, sure, I can go to a junkyard, there's 3 or 4 sitting next to each other, and you're like, man, it's such a good car. I can find so many good parts and just use them instead of buying new. But this car, I might actually have to buy a lot of new parts. Unless I go ahead and unless I buy an automatic that's either in an accident or something like that and just take the parts off it. But again, I don't want to spend a lot of money on the actual parts car. It's like, again, I could just take all the parts and either junk it, sell it, or sell the remaining parts, which is, like, you know, a good idea, really. But I don't know, since I just want to buy stuff little by little. So it's like, I already looked this up. 2 headlights are like 130, either 130 or 200, which isn't that bad of a price, really, if you think about it. It's not a bad price for some 2 headlamps, unlike some modern ones that can cost like 600 a pop. But either way, this headlight is really turning out quite nicely. But overall, let's keep on going and see how this turns out. Now again, restoring headlights isn't really that difficult. Like, it's really simple. You just take some sandpaper, take some water, and just start sanding it back and forth for like an hour until you get a clear headlight. The most difficult part about it is just time. Like, it's pretty time consuming. Just like for fixing rust. It doesn't matter if it's just surface rust or you have to make new panels. It's still time consuming because if it's just surface rust, you have to sand it down. You have to clean it, you have to paint it, then you have to wait for it to dry, then you have to repaint it again, and then like primer. That takes a long time. And then you have to then you have to let it sit for like, I don't know, maybe 1 or 2 days for it to actually fully cure. So when you take it on the drive, the paint doesn't chip away by one rock and then does starting rust again. Even with fabrication or fixing rust that's really bad, like you have to make new panels, it's not about, it is really simple. The only difference is it's just more time consuming because you have to cut out a sheet of metal, then you have to test fit it, then you have to cut it some more. Test fit, cut until it sits perfectly. The welding part, that's the easiest part because that's the most rewarding part. Even the painting, because then you're done. Everything is done, everything is nice. You got a new panel, now it's just paint, weld, and you're good to go. But man, this headlight is turning out really good. Let me just keep on doing this some more. And the beautiful thing about fabrication work isn't that, oh, you made that yourself. It's about the amount of money you actually save. And it's like, sure, at the end of it, if you actually do make what you want to do, what you wanted to make, and it turns out really nice, like you're sitting there like really happy, like, oh, hey, I made this piece. Like, sure, even if it's like a really small piece, you still made it. And even if you fail or it didn't turn out the way you want to, it's like, that's okay. That happens. Just try again and realize what you did wrong and see how you can improve on your process. Because even if you buy something off the shelf, like let's say, I don't know, a brace or something, if that brace costs $400 and I can order 60 inches of DOM tubing for the size of the car that I need, not the car they need, for the size of thickness and wall and length that I need for my car, is around like $100. So like $60 for, not 60, I'm confusing stuff. So 60 inches of tubing for $100, like that is a really good deal. Because that means I can either make one brace for my car, or I can even make a whole new dash for my car the way I want it to. And even then, nothing exists, like, because who's selling dashes or the dash beams for your car? Practically nobody. And that also, the beauty is the more you get better at fabricating, the more ideas you get and the more money you save. Not just that, but then it's like, oh, hey, instead of buying all these products off the shelf, you made them. And I'm sure it's like, the most annoying part about fabricating is just the time, since it does take quite a bit of time. You have to sketch it out, then you have to figure out how you're gonna make that a piece and actually make it. But at the end of the day, it is a really satisfying process. Because I'm sure I'm gonna have to make a bunch of custom stuff, not only for this car, oh sorry, it's kind of raining, but for my other car. And that's totally okay with me. Because I'd rather have one part that I know I made myself than have, let's say, 3 or 4 parts that I've just bought for a pretty penny. And it's really on and off about this, because if you do buy something off the shelf or off a brand or something, it's like, sure, you're supporting them and you're getting a really nice piece. So that's also really nice. But it's also, like, for example, for sway bars, I'm not gonna make my own sway bar. That's just like really stupid. So I'll just buy something. But if it's like for bracing, then I can just use the tubing that they use, just notch it, weld it, and bam, I have the same pretty much process. But I don't know, that's just really me. I just keep on sanding. So far, just me sanding, just with 3000. Now it does look so much more better than the hazy stuff. Now I just need to compound it, and then I would have clear coat this, but I really don't have any clear coat, so I might just wax it and keep it like that until I get some clear. Because clear really makes this thing pop, which is what I really want, but let's see how the compounding works. Well, look what I just found. some gloss finish. Let's go ahead and seal everything off and start spraying this. Let's see how this turns out. I'm hoping this turns out really, really nice. I did use some compound, so it does look slightly better, but this will just make this really pop. Let's see how this looks. And as you can see, after 3 clear coats of clear, I've set it down on this table and just wait for it to dry overnight. But as you can see, it looks absolutely stunning. Like there's no more that yellow haze. It doesn't look yellow anymore. I still am going to fix these little tabs right here. These 3 right here. But I'm going to do that after this thing dries. But still, it looks really amazing. Now it's just only to repeat this to the other 3. Well, 1 taillight. No, 2 taillights and 1 headlight. Let's see how those turn out. Alright, so it is raining today. So apologies about that. But here is the other taillight. This one I had to get from a joint car since the one that I have, someone just smacked it in and, well, it's damaged. So I got a new one and that's fine. So here it is. I've already removed the lens right here. It was pretty simple. There was just on the back, there was just some clips they need to unclip and then this comes out. But now, I could paint this and I will paint this black. I think it was going to look really nice in black, but before I do it, I need to wash this, make sure it looks, make sure it's, make sure it's clean, it doesn't have any debris. Because I did find a ladybug in here. I did, of course. Even if you look at the back, you can see all this dirt. Here's some more. Wait, where is it? Oh, you can't really see on the camera. Yeah, let's see, focus. It's not focusing. There, that little white thing. I'm not sure what that is, but it looks like either a spider nest or something like that. So I will clear coat this as well, sand this, stuff like that. And for this one, this just needs painting and cleaning up since this one right here is quite nasty looking. But oh well, let's get to it. And here is the other one. I mean, it looks so much better. Like, so much better. You can actually see what's inside the housing, which is really nice. I'm really happy with this. After cleaning this lens up, I really don't have to dry it since I still will be wet sanding it. And as far as for this piece also looks really clean. I'm just going to let it dry for a bit while I sand this, and then I flip it over. If it's still not dry when I'm done with this one, I'll just dry it manually. But so far, let's go get sanding this lens right here. Let's see how good this turns out. And the thing about this taillight is what I've learned from that one right there is I need to sand it with 400 a bit more. Since even after I sanded, there still was some imperfections. You're definitely not gonna see them or anything like that, but I still wanna get them out. Just because I can. Like, why not make a perfect job sanding when you can actually make it? That's what I'm going to be attempting doing so far. Just sanding with more wood 400 and then going all the way up to 3000 compound and then let's clear them. Now this taillight is being applied with black paint with black paint, and that one is about to be applied with its 3rd clear coat. As far as this taillight, for this headlight, I'm currently holding on with some clamps so I can fix this broken piece right here, as well as fixing this part right here, and the same thing with this one. Hopefully it is strong enough to hold it. If not, I might go to some JB Weld and fix it for now. But yeah, everything is drying so far good, and let's see how this turns out. And here we can see the painted housing as well as the lens. Now the lens didn't really need to be polished and sanded, but I just did it because again it's like a 10-15-year-old headlight, and just why not? It just makes it look that much more better. But I'm really happy with how good this looks like, especially the headlights. The headlights will definitely make the car look so much more better. Let's go ahead and install these. And here's how this taillight looks like. I think it looks absolutely amazing. Like with the black stuff, it looks really good. I wish I could black this out, but either way, it already looks good as it is. Well, this one, I am really happy that I've actually clear coated this because, man, the shine it does look like brand new. It does look like a taillight, like a new taillight. I'm really happy about that. Now let's just go ahead and install it in the car. So this is my old broken taillight, and then this is the stock taillight, now polished one. And then as you can see here, this is the nice, shiny, blacked out looking one. Let's go ahead and install it. Now, speaking of this taillight, and what happened is that someone backed into me while parking or something like that, and they broke my taillight. I was able to collect all the pieces, well, not all of them, as you can see, some holes back here. Seal this lens out just so I don't get pulled over or anything like that, and just leave it like that. I did paint the housing black. I painted like in a really cheap some paint just because I just wanted to see how it looks and whether I would like it. And yes, I did really liked how it turned out. But I'm really happy that I got a new used, well yeah, it's used. I got it from a junk card, and it looks really phenomenal. With the clear, it just looks really damn good. Now let's go ahead and install the headlight. Now before I go install it, I did remove the windshield washer reservoir tank, since I really never use it in any of my cars. So I just removed it for to get more space and for weight savings, but also just seeing how things are right here. How it's not bad, but there's still quite a lot of that I could fix. And here we can see the new taillight, well, the headlight, and this is the old one. Man, that's such a difference. Now that those two look pretty damn fantastic, let's do the other two. Now this taillight right here, well, the headlight is even more broken. Although this tab right here is perfectly fine, not this one, but this one on the back where it bolts onto the bumper, it's completely gone. So either way, I won't be able to repair it since I don't have the piece, so I'll just get a new one, black out the housing, and that will look even more better. So look what I just found, this massive crack. I mean, I'm still going to polish it up and do stuff like that to it, since I'm really not sure when I'm gonna get a new headlight, but I mean, this one's even more broken than the other one. The taillights are good. The headlights are the ones that are really messed up. I'm still going to polish them up and stuff like that, but yeah, whatever, man. Now, the way I like fixing cars is not really go right into modifying it and making it look ridiculous, making it stupid ass fast, but really is just fixing the things that I don't like about it. So first of all is obviously maintenance. Oil changes, spark plugs, you know, the obvious. And then really it's fixing the things that I don't like about it cosmetically. So let's see the taillights and the headlights, you know. Let me fix those, make the car look pretty nice, almost like came out from the factory, and then start adding up new parts, either sway bars, you know, intakes, exhaust, stuff like that. Now with the part that I'm trying to replace, like let's say a bushing, I'm not going to get an OEM rubber bushing. I'm just going to find a polyurethane bushing and replace it with that, since it's much more cost effective than just buying a rubber one, an OEM one, and then later along the line having to replace a perfectly new bushing with another new bushing. Like, it makes no sense to me really. So I would rather upgrade the part that I'm replacing and be on my way. But either way, that's really how I like. That's even what I did with the Prius. I fixed it up first, make it look really nice, almost like OEM, and then I went on my journey to modify it. That's what I'm going to do, exact same thing with this car. It's going to be more slower, but it's still going to happen. Also, look at this disgusting yellow plastic that I'm taking off. I mean, I'm currently hitting it with some 1500, as you can see, and the taillight already looks really good. I'm just really sad that this taillight is pretty much, someone peeping, is pretty much defective, which is, whatever, man. But as long as I can make the new headlight even look more better, I'm all for it. Now it's time to clear this taillight. Now, I would mask everything off if you are keeping the headlight. Since I'm not really keeping this, since because of the way how broken it is. Good English. But I'll just clear coat it and let's see how well this actually turns out. Just watch. Oh wow, look at that. It looks like new again. Well, not really, the actual housing is still broken to pieces, but the actual lens, it looks like new again. That's really awesome. And here is the final outcome of the taillights. Now, as you can see, they are absolutely spectacular. Now, it is raining, so apologies about that. And let me show you how the rear actually turns out. The rear looks really good. So, here's the rear. Thing looks absolutely spectacular with these blacked out taillights. And, like, they definitely look so good. Like, ooh, they really look good. Especially with the front ones, like the front ones not being hazy, the car looks so much better. I just have to really get new taillights, get some new components, and then it should be really nice. I mean, I can't wait till I really fix this car up early. I mean, it's a slow process, but I'll get there. Also need to fix this mirror right here since it is dented. But oh well. But either way, like, this would really conclude this video on this car. I'm really happy with the result. I do wish I would black this housing out, but again, it's not worth it for how broken it is. But either way, thank you guys for watching. Let me wait until the car passes. What I was saying is, thank you guys for watching on this video right here. I hope you found this helpful and interesting to watch. I am really happy with the results, but please like, comment, subscribe, hit that little bell for notifications to see what else I'll be doing to this car. I'm surely not going to be as much, but content will be coming since I'm done with that car right there. But either way, have a blessed one and stay safe.